Hi everybody, this is Dan Talk Sense, and today we're doing a review of the House of Mancera. Now all the fragrances that I mentioned today have got great performance, great projection, and many of them have got me compliments in the office. If you want to know what my choices are, then please stay tuned. What I'm going to do to start off with is tell you about a fragrance that is probably the most well known from the House of Mancera, and that is CEDRAT BOISE. Now, if you've read multiple reviews of this and watched them like I did, I was still umming and ahhing whether to get it. Massive fan of Aventus, and people say that this is very similar to Aventus. Now, in my opinion, this is not a clone of Aventus. Is 3 stages to this fragrance. When you first spray it on, you've got this fresh citrus, or like orange, like you've just poured fresh orange into a glass, and it smells so good. And then on the mid dry down, you have the muskiness that comes in, which gives you that impression of Aventus in the mid dry down. And then on the far dry down, you get the nice florals that come in. And for me, this is much more interesting than Aventus, although I would say Aventus for me is a better fragrance than this, but I do find this more interesting. Where Aventus stays quite consistent throughout wearing it, I feel that this has got 3 stages to it, and this gets me the most compliments out of all of the Mancera fragrances that I mentioned today. This guarantees compliments for me when I wear this. I've had people say, I really like the cologne that you're wearing today, and what you're wearing, it smells really good, and it makes you feel great when you get those compliments. This is got really good performance projection. I've bought various batches of this, and I don't think there's been a change in the formula. It's still beast mode for me. So the first one on the list, and this is a spring summer fragrance. This is CEDRAT BOISE. So I'll put it on there. Now the second one that I'll mention, and this sort of went under the radar for a while, but then there's been reviewers like Max40 called this the Elixir of Gods, and that really gave it a bit of a hype. And this is called Oud Vanille, or AOUD Vanilla. Most, you know, if you haven't smelt this, you really need to get your nose on this one. I think people are put off when they sometimes when it's named oud. Not everybody's a fan of oud, and they think it might come across as funky or medicinal, but with this it's more of a burning wood. So if you buy the campfire, so Mason Margiela, and by the fireplace you've got the marshmallows by the campfire. That's the impression that I got when I was wearing this. So you've got this really nice vanilla in there. It's not in your face like tobacco vanille, it's more of a creamy vanilla, and in the background you've got that sort of burning wood. So you buy a campfire and you can smell nice creamy vanilla. You put them two together, it's really cozy, and for the autumn months this is going to be really good. The oud in it is in the background, it's not in your face. It's and it, like I say, it comes across as more of a burning wood smell than that sort of medicinal oud, but really nice fragrance, and just really cozy. One of those ones that people will smell it and question, you know, what it actually is, because it's a really nice, pleasant, calm smell, and with outstanding performance and projection. So that's Oud Vanille, really good fragrance. Now I'm going to show you a few samples here that I've purchased, and this is what I'd advise you to go out and do. With the ones that impress me, I will go out and buy a full bottle now, but it was no risk really. You pay, on the fragrance group that I'm on, you'll pay £5 to get 5 ml of a fragrance, and one of the ones that I got was Oud Exclusive. Now with this one, it reminded me of Tom Ford's Amber Absolute, but on steroids. The performance of this was outstanding, and you've got some spicy notes which remind me of Spice Bomb Extreme. If you like Spice Bomb Extreme and you like that spiciness with the cumin, those type of notes, go and get your hands on this one. I was wearing this, and my work colleague Tony says that what you're wearing smells really spicy, really musky, and he said it's the sort of fragrance that you would wear for a night out because it really stands out. I really liked it, and this is one that I'm going to be wearing in the autumn because the performance projection was unreal. And I like spicy fragrances, so if you like Spice from Extreme and that sort of cumin note in there, then I would get this. Like with Oud Vanille, the oud in this isn't medicinal, it isn't in your face. It's just a touch of it in the background, and the spices are the real star performer in this one. So check out Oud Exclusive. The next one that I want to mention, this will be perfect as we're getting into the summer around the world, is Mancera Holidays. Now, when you put that lotion on and a sort of coconut smell, that's what this gives you that vibe of. So when you're sitting on a beach and you're putting on a nice coconut coconut butter sun lotion, that's what it reminds me of. Just fresh, really nice, and kind of like a cucumber vibe in there that you'd get, in Fahrenheit, that cucumber vibe that sort of calmed it down. It's like that with coconut to me, and sort of not linear, but just fresh, like a watery vibe in it, and I liked it. I thought it was really nice. It's not overpowering, it's not too sickly. I was anticipating it was going to be a sickly fragrance, but I wore it yesterday in a place called Shrewsbury in Shropshire, and I was walking around the quarry, which is a nice big park with flowers with my mum and dad, and I could get little vibes of this coming off my skin, and it smelled really good, and it was just right for the humid temperatures. Mancera Holidays, if you want a fragrance that just is not too in your face in the high heat, but smells really good of that nice creamy sun lotion, Mancera Holidays is one you should check out. As I say with the others, really good performance. Projection wise, it wasn't a beast mode, but it was a moderate sample that was just right for the humid climate. So that's Mancera Holidays. Another sample, and I found this to be outstanding, and this is ARDIN Exclusive. Now, and there's a fragrance I'll mention at the end, which is my favourite from the house, but this got me thinking whether this was my favourite from Mancera. So this has got like a lovely pear and lemon sort of citrus notes in there, but it's got a note of toffee in there as well, and caramel. And the combination was outstanding, and you got a really nice musk that comes into it as well. And my work colleague said that he could smell this by the doors of where they are. I work in a really big, it's like a learning centre, similar to a library with computers. So I'm sort of in the middle of there, and he came walking in, and he said, "I can smell your scent from the doors." So the scent trail on this is outstanding, and all day I was just enjoying the smell. So you got a nice gourmand side to it. And you got citrus notes in there. ARDIN Exclusive, outstanding, one of my favourite from the line, and you should definitely check out ARDIN Exclusive, outstanding. And it got me quite a lot of compliments on the day I wore it. People were saying that what I was wearing smelled really good. Exceptional fragrance, I think. And somebody mentioned that it was a clone of a fragrance called Herba Pura, I believe, but I got to look more into that. But yeah, outstanding. So a few more to touch on before I finish, so a couple more to go. So the last two, save until the end. I'll tell you what, we'll go with red tobacco first. So in the winter, if you want a winter fragrance to look forward to wearing, if you're talking about really, really cold, minus temperatures, -5, -10, whatever, and you want something to cut through the bitter cold, I don't think there's going to be many better than red tobacco. So you've got this ashy, like ashtray tobacco smell. You've got a medicinal oud that comes in, but it quickly dries down. And then you've got beautiful spices that come in, and dried fruits that work so well together. And when I wear this in the bitter cold, people always compliment me on it. It reminds me of wearing a big overcoat, and in the bitter cold, it smells exceptional. And for me, absolute beast mode. This lasts all day. Projection is huge, and it does stand out amongst all the other fragrances I have in my collection. The last one for me, I'll mention, there's two last ones I'll mention. The first one is Oud Lemon Mint, and when I was reading the note breakdown of, you know, oud and lemon and mint in there, I was thinking, how are they going to work well together? What this smells of is like an almond cake with like a little bit of lemon in there. So I don't know if you've ever had almond finger when you were younger, but it just smells like a dessert. It's creamy almond that comes in. It's not like Effing Fabulous by Tom Ford. It is a creamy almond smell, and it works so well with the lemon. And in terms of summer fragrances, this is going to be one of the more unique ones you'll wear in your collection. And it's got really good performance. For me, the projection wasn't beast mode, but you could smell it around you throughout the day. And just, they got the balance of a gourmand and a freshie. Well, the balance was spot on. So definitely check out Oud Lemon Mint. When you see the word oud, it may put you off, but with Mancera fragrances, as I say, sample them because they sort of tone it down. And I think that's sort of to work well with the Western market, because if it was pungent, it wouldn't work. But this is a creamy dessert type citrus fragrance, and you will really enjoy it. So the last one is Mancera Instant Crush. I've done a full review on this one with a sample a while ago when I first started my channel. But for me, this is one of the best designer fragrances, well, niche, I should say, fragrances you can get. It's outstanding, and for me, it replaces original Lamal from the 90s, because it's got the lavender, it's got vanilla, it's beast mode, but on top of that, it's got a nice leather note that comes into the fragrance to give it that sort of backbone. And the performance projection is astonishing. I always get multiple compliments on this, and it made me feel good because it replaced Lamal, vintage Lamal, which you'll never get that performance projection from Lamal anymore, but this sort of caters for that in a way because it's got a similar note breakdown in my opinion, and is a perfect for a clubbing fragrance, or for a date fragrance. It ticks a lot of boxes. Some people feel that this is too feminine. People have said it's a clone of Baccarat Rouge 540. For me, I think it's a better fragrance than Baccarat Rouge, because it doesn't work for me with Baccarat. I think it smells like burnt sugar, this for me is more people pleasing, and I enjoyed it more. But yeah, a lovely leather note that comes into it, and it's got that vanilla lavender, and just beautiful, well balanced, and super beastly performer. They're my choices from the house, and if I was to pick four, and I'm looking at them now, for 4 different fragrances for the year, it'll be very difficult, but you pick Red Tobacco for the winter, definitely, because it's outstanding through that really cold air. Instant Crush for the spring. CEDRAT BOISE for the summer. And then for autumn, it'll be a close tie between AOUD Vanille and Jardin Exclusive. Jardin Exclusive, it really impressed me. It smells so good, just done so well with the creamy citrus vibe to it. So they're my choices from Mancera, and I do plan to get more samples. And if you've worn Mancera fragrances yourself and you like the house, let me know in the comments which ones I should check out next. But they're all the ones that have really impressed me so far through my fragrance journey. And I didn't want to go into too much detail about the note breakdown, but just give you an idea of what I felt wearing them really. Let me know what your thoughts are on Mancera, the ones I should go and hunt down next, and also tell me which ones I should get from the sort of the partner house, Montal, because that's a house that I want to do a fragrance haul for next. So if there's any fragrances from Montal that have impressed you and I should get, let me know in the comments down below. As I mentioned at the start of the video, if you like content like I've done today, like you've watched today, then please hit that subscribe button down below. And if you want me to do another video like this, let me know in the comments down below. Appreciate you watching my video today. I hope you enjoy the rest of, if you're off in the UK for half term, if you booked any time off for the bank holiday, I hope you enjoy the rest of it, and I hope you stay safe and everybody's good. Thank you for listening, and I'll speak to you all very soon.